And it goes with the headline, how MP Mishra made millions in organs trade. I think we did cover a part of this yesterday. So this is a scandal. A government investigation has uncovered evidence of organs trafficking involving Medial Hospital, citing forged patient records, cash payments to donors, and exploitation of poor people to supply kidneys for wealthy recipients. The facility's owner, former Cases MP Dr. Swarup Mishra, faces a criminal probe. This is a story covered on page 10. And still on the top page of the Daily Nation, free education not sustainable. That is what Mbadi is saying. Treasury CS John Mbadi has revealed that the government is struggling to fund the free education program implemented over 2 decades ago, even as an audit criticizes the new university funding model. So that is being reported on pages 4 and also 5. I also see here in the Daily Nation more stories being covered. Civil servants set for a pay rise to cushion them against rising statutory deductions. This is a story covered on page 6. Even as we continue to lament that money is not enough on some other areas, we are seeing here that there's some cushioning for the civil servants who are set for a pay rise due to the statutory deductions. That's the story on page 6. I also see today we also have a very powerful feature here, The Wings of Ambition, Jomo Kenyatta's original betrayal inside the memoir of AAA Akirapa. This is a story covered on pages 2 and 3. Good feature right there. You can have a look at it. And we have The Voice today, educating toddlers fighting stigma. Powerful feature on the DN2. That's on the Daily Nation today. And more news on the Daily Nation being covered. We have Kimilili Member of Parliament Didmas Barasa has been ordered to pay former PS and Ambassador Patrick Wamoto a sum of 7.5 million shillings for defamation. That's being reported right there, and you can look at it in more details. I also see there are some feature stories also covered. Weight loss through therapy, why it's all in the mind. This is quite interesting. I think many should go to this. I hear it's all in the mind. That is quite interesting. That's a feature I would love to read, how it's all in the mind. But yeah, that is a story that is covered on the Healthy Nation this morning. And I also see Daily Nation covering why male teachers may be Kenya's secret to better ECDE learning, and that is also covered there. More news on the Daily Nation. Where's Orengo and is in Siaya as governor disappears from the public eye? Yeah, many are wondering, where did this governor go? They're asking the question, where is Orengo? So you can have a look at it, and we will keep updating you even as the answers keep coming. Referral hospitals turn away patients as insurance or cash policy locks out millions. Quite unfortunate. This is a story covered on the Daily Nation as well. More stories. Trans Nzoia County headquarters moved. So that's it for the Daily Nation. And having a look at the Standard just briefly, what we have been reported on the top page is the same story that we've covered on the Daily Nation on the organ trade. And here in the Standard, they're saying a scathing government report has implicated Medihill Hospitals and its founder, Dr. Swarup Mishra, in a suspected organ trafficking ring, revealing a trail of coerced donors, falsified documents, and transplant tourism. Investigators are calling for urgent criminal probes, accusing the facility of commercializing kidney transplants and operating with impunity under failed regulatory oversight. The report has lifted the veil on the country's unregulated body parts industry. That's a story covered on page 4. Quite unfortunate, and there are certain people that are involved also listed there. And I also see there's some operational irregularities listed. I see Medihill conducted 476 kidney transplants between 2018 to March 2025. Eldoret branch handled 81% of these cases. We are seeing over 300 Indian expatriates employed. Many lacked valid practice licenses. 347 transplants were paid in cash, only 77 through insurance. very, very suspicious. Medihill charges up to 4.4 million shillings for foreigners versus 1 million shillings average in other hospitals. So that is the story in more detail, and you can have a look at it. Still on the Standard, Nyoro Ruto gambling with country's future in finance deals, covered on pages 5 and also pages 6 and 8 and 8. That is Didi Nyoro saying Ruto gambling with country's future in finance deals. I also see page 2 covering parents to fill school fees paying after Treasury cuts funding. I think that is just a continuation of what we've seen on the Daily Nation as well. And I also see, still covered on the Standard, Besigye sues Kenya for unlawful arrest, covered on page 3 of the Standard newspaper. And looking at more stories also covered in the Standard newspaper, the Standard Digital, I see court declines to stop 1.2 billion shillings church construction at State House. So that is being reported, and I think we heard about it where President Ruto was saying that the church yenye ilikuwa hapo State House ilikuwa ya mabati, but court has declined to stop 1.2 billion shillings church construction of State House. I also see Wanyoro is accusing Ruto of gambling countries of future in finance deals. You can look at it in more details as we have highlighted. Dirty organ trade also, you can look at it. I see that's just a repeat of what we have already covered. And yeah, so that's it for the Standard. And maybe just to have a look at the Business Daily, because there is another place we can get some of the news and tips when it comes to finances, or just basically what is happening in our country matters business. The story that is making the headline is Tycoons Scramble for seized luxury homes in auction. So this is quite interesting. You can imagine, these luxury homes being auctioned. Indeed, tycoons must definitely scramble for them. I see 200 million shillings property snapped up in days. House outside top estates lack buyers. So wealthy Kenyans are splashing millions of shillings to snap up posh houses and land offered to auctions of seized properties, defying low demand for similar property in middle and low income rates. So 97 is the number of properties put up for sale by Garam auctioneers. So that's a story that has been covered on the top page in the Business Daily. I mean, people are scrambling. They have money just lying around waiting to own houses, posh houses. But anyway, you can have a look at that story. I also see a quote here from intelligence here. KPC is an efficient profit-making company. What are we trying to achieve by selling it, and why are we so eager to give it up? You can look at that story. That's a quote by Jaindi Kisero addressing that. And today there's also a feature story on life, and Ken Njoroge is being featured behind his handsome residence at the edge of a quiet garden under his large elegant gazebo. Ken Njoroge often mulls over the questions that clean quiet minds. I generally don't think that human beings have changed for generations. Instruments have changed though, he says. He builds companies, 3 mice, a web development farm, started with friends. You can look at his inspiring story that is covered on the Business Daily this morning. So that's it for the newspapers. You can grab a copy of your favorite, and also tune in to Hope FM at the top of every hour. We have news updates coming directly to you, and also right here at Hope FM at 7 p.m. and at 9 p.m. we have Dira, and also we have News Watch consecutively, so you can watch and also be informed. But all this is to enable us and to encourage us to keep praying for the nation, so that God will come and intervene, even for those students, those schools who are no longer going to be getting the funding they've been getting, and students may be even chased out of school because now there's no school fees. My prayer is that God will provide for them, provide for these parents, and that all will be well, and that the system is going to be what it's supposed to be, so that we don't have so much money being wasted in corruption and in places it doesn't need to be, or in things that are not necessary, and then leaving out things that are important like education and the health sector. So let's keep praying that there will be sobriety, that there will be wisdom on the side of the leaders, so that our country can be at peace, and that everyone is going to benefit from them putting their vote for certain leaders. So I pray that we will continue to intercede for this nation and know that God is going to change things up on our behalf. So let's take a short break even as we have a look at the video of the day. We will come back and talk about it.